All right, good afternoon. Welcome. It's the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you for, a few minutes. Believe it or not, even though I'm late, I can't stay late for a couple reasons. I don't necessarily want to get into it. You see me looking around, nervous. There is a gigantic bug flying around. Oh, there it is. So I got my little thing here. Cause he got to go. He got to go. I have this me and bees. It's a bee. Me and bees we beef, right? Like they don't like me, I don't like them. I took my eyes off of it for a moment. See, it's gonna sneak up on me. It's gonna sneak up on me. Robert Willis, I see you. I took my eyes off of it. It's gonna sneak up on me. That's right. We got the electric zapper. There is a bee in here. Uh Anthony, good afternoon. Ah, there it is. There it is. Hold on. I gotta see if I can get him. Hold on. Come on, bro. Come this way. You know you want some. Come on. Nah, he's staying over there in that corner. I'm gonna get him. He's trying to stay away from me now. Bro, y'all should see this big ass bee. Oh, wait a minute. I got some of my bee spray. Hold on. There you go. All right, there we go. It's over for him now. I was ready to get him. Oh my goodness. All right. Brent, I almost did earlier when I first saw him. I almost got myself. I almost hit myself with it. That would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. Oh, Mayosha, you gonna talk about my stomach? Really? You gonna talk about my stomach? All right. I see you. I see how we doing it now. See, I talk about the good stuff about you. You rich. You talk about my stomach. That's all right. I'm believe it or not, it's been going down. I've been hitting this treadmill. It's been going down. Yeah, it was bigger than that. It's been going down. And see, when it's flat, then I'm gonna start talking about yours. See, that's what we want to do. That's how we gonna do it. Hold on, let me go through my hellos. So we got Preston in the house. Preston say, what's the word for the day? Duck. That was the word. But I got him. Deshaun Bell in the house. We got Scott. Good afternoon, Scott in the house. We got Brent. I still hear him. He over there struggling. But he can't do nothing after that spray. After you hit him with that spray, ain't nothing he could do. But I'm still slightly afraid of him. I think I said what's up to Anthony. Quintano in the house. Good afternoon, Quintano. We got Regina. In the house. Myosha. Hater. Myosha. He want to. We got beef with each other. Me and bees. And Mrs. Livingston always like, well, why don't you just leave him alone? If you leave him alone, they'll leave you alone. But the other day, we were outside. We were minding our business. Bee comes up. Bee flies up on me. And she like, don't worry about it. If you just ignore it. I'm like, I'm not going to ignore it. But I won't swing at it. I won't nothing. It dove at my head. I ducked, ran over. It chased me. I, I was like, when do I get a chance to fight back? When do I get a chance to fight back? And I ran the other way and came towards her, but I used her as a shield. So I ran behind her. Yeah, I used her as a shield. It was to prove a point. Like it came at her, and then she went to ducking, and then she like, get it, get it. I said, oh no, I thought if I didn't do nothing to it, it wouldn't do nothing to me. And if it ain't gonna do nothing to me, it ain't gonna do nothing to you. She's like, no, get it, get it. Because everywhere she ran, I ran, and it was chasing us. So then finally, it was all right for me run and get old boy and kill it. So y'all don't understand. We got beef. Go back years. Go back years. LaDonna in the house. Good afternoon, LaDonna. East Price Hill. East Price Hill. We got Daryl. Daryl in the house. All right. Deshaun said checking in from Cincinnati. What part of Cincinnati? What part of Cincinnati? Andrea checking in from downtown. Good afternoon, Andrea. Let's see. Sabrina Breeny checking in. North College Hill. Oh, I got him. You got to have multiple weapons. You got to be able to get him multiple ways. And he was huge. That thing is about this big. How is they getting in the house? How are they getting in the house? Daryl says, what is it, a B? Yeah. He was fighting one early in the car. He won because I jumped out my car. Terry, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Once he finally died, once he take his last breath, I'm gonna grab the carcass and show it to y'all. So y'all see how big this bee is. So y'all, so I don't seem like no, I don't think it's a cuss word, but I ain't gonna say it anyway. So I don't seem like no P word. I was actually running from something real. We got Nikki in the house. Good afternoon, Nikki. Tanika. I always want to say Tonica. Tanika. Good afternoon, Tanika. We got McConnell. McConnell in the house. What's flying in there? A damn dragon. When I show you, you'll see. You'll see. Lonzo say what's up? What's up, Lonzo? Good afternoon, Maria. Maria, good afternoon, North College Hill checking in. We got Erica. Erica also checking in from Reading. Let's make a bet. Who can lose their belly faster? Winner gets $5,000. How about the winner gets something in proportion to the amount of wealth that the other one has? So if I lose, you get like 100. If you lose, I get 5,000. That's about proportional in terms of our wealth. I'm down with you on that. 5,000 versus my 100. Because if you lose 5,000, it ain't even have the same effect on you as me losing 100. Come on, be real. You ain't got to be real with them, but come on, we know. We know. Daryl says, ain't nothing wrong with a dad bod. Our dad bods are sexy. I'm sure you meant it in the best way possible, but Daryl, I got a problem with you talking about me being sexy. You'll never, Daryl, your body is sexy. I know you meant well. You meant well, and I appreciate it, but I'm uncomfortable now. Let me take that off the screen. I'm very uncomfortable with that. Did that bee just throw up a black hat? It might have. Hold on, let me see. Is it gone? Where did it go? Hold on, I thought them was the sounds of death. But it's not up there anymore where it was. That means he survived. Now I'm really nervous. Hold on a second. I for real, I gotta look. Yeah, it's not up there. That means it survived. It survived. Now it know where I live. I don't know what to do now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought I heard like death sounds because I was getting ready to grab it and show y'all how big this bee was. But it is gone. Oh, oh, I am really nervous now, and I'm not joking even a little bit. Jeannie, good afternoon. She says happy Thursday from Hamilton in Butler County. All right. Got Sierra in the house. Good afternoon. Checking in from Boston. Got Terry in the house. Good afternoon from downtown. Mrs. E don't know she got a real killer on her hands. Tanika says she checking in from Cincinnati. Where in Cincinnati? Where? Princess Flower says, hey everyone, great afternoon. We got David in the house. Oh, the little baby started kindergarten and she has to wear uniforms. So I got a little picture of her with her uniform on. I like that little baby. Veronica, good afternoon, Veronica. Why did you use Mrs. Livingston like a shield? Like Nino Brown used the flower girl in New Jack City. Because she was talking that stuff. If you just ignore it, it'll fly away. She saw it was like dive bombing me. And she still, just ignore it. Just ignore it. So I'll run behind you and we can ignore it together. Okay, that was just like a piece of lint. But you never know. They might have threw that black hat up there. I got to watch out. But yeah, no, you going to tell me it ain't that big of a deal. Hey. David say he checking in. Might want to put the beekeeper suit on. I got the beekeeper suit over there. So I might have to pull it out. You think I'm playing? I'm dead serious. That was a big bee. Diane says, good afternoon, or hello there, folks. Checking in from Gulf Manor. We got Nick Brown in the house. From Blue Ash. All right. Mary in the house. Good afternoon from the Banks. All right. Shahara's here. She says, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. Checking in from Bond Hill. Nikki says, you got more money than that. Quintano says, I have father figure. Felt something on my back. I think it's this. All right. Cindy, good afternoon, Cindy. And Regina, don't be playing. I felt something on my back, for real. I felt something on my back. I had to. Cindy says, spraying ain't good. Hey, it didn't work. I mean, it knocked him down for a minute. He said, ow, ow, ow. Get that off of me. And then he got up and left. This is stuff that's supposed to kill bees on contact. And it works, except for on that one. And I doused him, like when he fell down. Oh, hold on, was that him? Hold on. Where did he go? I don't know where he went, y'all. I'm for real. That bee disappeared like Pharaoh's money. Miss Pittsburgh, he might be. I'm keeping my eye out, for real. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm not joking, even a little bit. Black Lion, good afternoon. Got Keith Moore. Y'all don't be rooting for the damn bee. Don't root for the bee. There's no reason to add that clip. I'm telling you, it's in here somewhere. I don't know where it could have gone. It should have been dead. You were doing that little baby spray. You should have soaked it. I did. You didn't see me the second time when I was like, got you. I soaked it. That's why I wasn't concerned. Like, there's no way he could survive that. but he seems to have survived. LaDonna says, I had 2 bees in the car today. All right. Random question. Have you ever filmed with a drone? If so, what model did you use? I did film with a drone. I don't know what model. I filmed with actually 3 different drones. I can't tell you the model of the first 2. They were just, rather inexpensive drones. Still gave me good footage. The last one was a DJI something or another, one of the smaller DJI drones, shot in 4K. Great footage. Used it in a project and everybody was happy with it. But I don't remember the model. I borrowed that drone from my brother, so I don't remember the model of the drone. Thought I heard something. Tanika says, I'm in Clifton right now. I'm in town for my uncle's funeral. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Valerie says, great day. Powerful, royal people from the West Side. Cindy Hill is checking in from Wyoming. Not working for the white man, working for herself. Did I see video of crows attacking a woman? No, I did not. Kim, good afternoon from Bond Hill. I'm just telling you, if I light a match and it's guaranteed to kill it. You too, but nobody. Okay. Hey, the gas smell and all that stuff is gone. I told you I sprayed down the garage, let up the garage door and let everything air out. So the gas smell is like 99.99% gone. I really think I can only smell it because I know it used to be here. Because Mrs. Livingston came downstairs like, I don't smell it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I smell gas. I'm not sure. It might just be in my head. Yes, I am quite paranoid. I'm quite paranoid. Kill it with a fly swatter. I gotta find it first. Like, again, I got this. This little thing is zap. And it really will. If I had like just a little bit of water, I would put a little bit of water on there so y'all could see it. So y'all could, hold on, I'm gonna spit on it. Didn't work. Didn't work. Last time I did that, it popped. What's that in your hand? It's a swatter. Oh, it's sizzling now from the water on there. I thought that was the bee. Hear it? All right. All right, come on. Scroll through. It's gone. Kill it. It's gone. If I can find it, I'll find it. See, Scott, I knew secretly deep down inside you was a hater. I knew deep down inside you was a hater. Yeah, you would love for me to put my tongue on this thing and get zapped. You would love it. Jeannie says it looks like a mini tennis racket. Yeah, that is what it looks like. But if I hit something with it, it handle business. It handle business. Princess says I have 2 of those zappers. So do I. Got one downstairs and one upstairs. Yeah. I mean business. I mean business. And if he come back around, he gets some. There's still some moisture on here. That's why it's doing all that popping. All right, but I wanted to discuss a couple things. Rick say, where'd you get that? Where did I get this? I got this one at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight. And it's not batteries, it's rechargeable. So I just plug it in and charge it. Yeah. Love it. I got two of them. You tear them up. Harbor Freight. They're rechargeable. I had some with batteries, and then when the batteries get weak and you hit it and you shock it, and the bugs and everything is like, now you done pissed me off. So yeah, I charge this bad boy every day. Make sure it's fully charged in case I need it. You just a killer. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta make it through. What was I about to discuss? Joe Mixon. Not guilty. I didn't really follow the case very much because I don't really follow the NFL. And look, people can say what they want to say about me. I don't think a brother should necessarily be charged. If I'm understanding the case, basically because a white lady started some stuff and then got scared. Maybe it wasn't a white lady. Maybe it was a black lady. But everything I've heard make me believe it was a white lady. Gave him the finger, all of that kind of stuff. And then got nervous and scared. So then want to file some charges. I don't like that. So I'm glad he was found not guilty on that. Now, look, that don't mean people should be out there menacing people, all of that good stuff. Sorry, I thought I saw something moving over there. Menacing people and all of that good stuff. I don't mean that. But sometimes it's good to see a high profile win. So that's that. There's a group of people, the child sexual abuse survivors, release names and urge Ohio to investigate the Catholic diocese. Advocates against child sex abuse have filed a letter to the Attorney General asking the state to hold accused predators in the Catholic Church accountable. They say, we are asking Attorney General Yost to simply step up and get on the train of accountability and justice for victims. This is from the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests. Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, or SNAP. Ohioans for Child Protection, SNAP, have made a formal request to Attorney General Dave Yost. They are asking him to conduct a statewide investigation of the history and scope of child sexual abuse and its covering up by the state's Catholic diocese. I think that's a good idea. I still don't understand. And look, I'm not, if you're a Catholic, God bless you. But like, they legit knew that people was abusing kids, like sexually abusing kids, and said, oh, you sexually abused that kid. Well, you can't stay there no more. Now you got to go over here. Like, oh, you sexually abused kids over there too. Well, I guess you can't stay there. Now you got to go over here. What kind of stuff is that? That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. And the church needs to be found guilty of some sort of crime for knowingly doing that. But, I'm pretty sure that he will not do an investigation. I think Catholics are a pretty large voting bloc, right? So you go to investigating Catholics, it's a chance you might not get reelected. And then, it's all about, for certain people, I told y'all something's about money. Well, part of that, you don't get the money unless you get reelected and then are able to move up to a different position. So there's a good chance that you're not going to see this investigation happen. I'm not saying it's 100%. It could happen. It could happen. I could be wrong. It's a good chance, though, that it won't happen. And let me get this out the way right now. Look, I know people, but it happened in families all over, and somebody always, the black family is always covering up for somebody touching somebody. Well, the black family is not a huge multinational corporation, right? Because people don't, like to see some people held accountable, and there's always some person somewhere in the group. What about black people? Yeah, you know it is. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. White people do this. What about black people? Black people do that. Daryl says it's not only Catholics, it's Baptists and Kojic churches too. So, and again, this is a question because I've not heard it. You telling me that there's the Baptist preachers that you know of sexually molest children. The Baptist church finds out about it, so they move them to a different church so that they can sexually molest other children. I'm not saying it don't happen. I've not heard of it in the time that I was a Baptist, but I've not heard of it. So I'm not saying molestation don't happen in the Baptist church and in the Church of God in Christ. But I'm legitimately asking. You're telling me you know of, let's say, 5 cases where the organization, the Church of God in Christ, said, hey, that person is molesting children. And so the leadership of the Church of God in Christ said, well, we're going to move you out of Cincinnati and we're going to move you to Boston. And then he started molesting people again. And they said, well, okay, now we're moving you out of Boston. We're going to move you all the way to Los Angeles. And then he started molesting kids again. And they said, all right. We're moving you from Los Angeles and we're moving you to Milwaukee. You know of cases like that at the Church of God in Christ? I'm asking, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen or that it hasn't happened. I'm asking because that is the difference. That's the difference. At least in my mind. Look, I know that Baptist ministers, some of them freaky, just like some of them Catholic priests. And some of them are, because freaky ain't even really good. Freaky ain't even a good enough word. Like freaky is good. You know what I'm saying? You meet a woman and she freaky, you like, yeah, we about to have some fun. That's other than freaky. You messing with little kids. That's so well beyond that. Daryl, you still there? I was asking you, Daryl. Did you know of cases where that happened in Baptist churches or in Kojic churches? The biggest difference with the Catholic Church and most Baptist churches is the organizational structure. All Catholic churches lead back to the Pope, and Baptist churches tend to be independent and have no reporting authority to a higher body or group. Exactly. And that makes the difference. That makes the difference. I saw something up there. But yeah, I doubt that the investigation will happen. I doubt it. But that's what they're asking for. That's what they're asking for. And here's what I know. I've been to a few churches in my day. And I don't think that me as an adult, if I found out that my pastor was molesting kids and the church found out about it and didn't do something, like not just moving, but like for real, do something, I couldn't go to that church no more. And if there was some sort of a structure behind it, I couldn't support that structure that was into that. But that's that. That's really all I got on that. It's something that's happening. Take a look at it and we'll see how everything go. See how everything go. I don't think there'll be an investigation. Walter says, if you have all this built up sexual desire, what do you do with it? Anything but have sex with a kid. You don't think priests could get a woman to give up the draws? Like for real, you a priest, you know what I'm saying? Women love power. Women love, you know what I'm saying? And for some women, the fact that I could get the priest, like that, they'll feel like they really doing something. Like I got him to, turn on his God for this, P, You telling me that a priest can't get a woman? Or they sell stuff. You know what I'm saying? They sell stuff. You can buy some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Masturbate. Go watch some porn. Masturbate. Go back to, you know what I'm saying? But not the kids. Anything but the kids. Find another horny priest and y'all kick it. You know what I'm saying? Anything but the kids. If you have all this built up sexual desire, what do you do with it? LaDonna says, these old wrinkle priests, yes, even old wrinkle priests can get some draws. Women love men with authority and power and a uniform. That black suit, he looks so good in that black suit with his little collar on. Believe me, when you are in a position of power, you can get some draws. You can get some draws. But again, anything but kids. Well, okay, not anything. I don't want you raping nobody. No Bill Cosby. Cindy says, that's part of the problem with the Catholic faith. The priest can't get married. There's a whole lot of unmarried dudes out here who don't, they can't pull a woman. They not sexually abusing children. To me, that's something totally different. That's something totally different. I don't think you can equate the two, because I think even if priests could get married, the ones who are sexually abusing children, they would just be married and sexually abusing children. I don't think. Look, I was single for a minute. And you know what I'm saying? When you see something, whatever, you get sexually excited. Ain't no woman there. The idea of, oh, let me go find a little boy, never entered my mind. Never. So that, oh, if they could just get married. No. No. These are dudes that would be doing the same thing even if they were married. Even if they were married, they would be doing the same thing. Cindy says, I'm not saying it's right, but what's right about a priest not being able to marry? They chose that. You know what they could do? You know what a priest could do? He could quit being a priest. He could say, you know what? Damn this. I want some pee. Archdiocese, I quit. Go become what, Episcopal or something like that. It's my understanding they close to the same. And you just be like, I'm gonna become an Episcopal. I'll become an Episcopal minister. I don't know if they call them priests or not. And then I can get married and get some draws and be happy. I don't feel bad for priests not being able to. They chose that. I'm not going into a line of work that says I can't ever get married. I can't ever have sex with a woman. That is like probably 75% of what I live for. That wakes me up in the morning. When I'm feeling down, that picks me up. You know what I'm saying? When I feel like I can't make it, that helps me, move forward. And you take that away from me, what do I have? Love and relationships and maybe some money and that's all well, but whatever you do for a living, whatever it is that you love to do. I mean, love to do. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't put the chat on. Whatever it is that you love to do. I mean, I don't know. You're a lawyer. You're like, oh, I love the law. If I told you what, in order to be a lawyer, you have to never have sex again. It's like, okay, I'll find something else to do. Oh, I love working on cars. All right, in order for you to be a mechanic, you can't ever have sex again. I'll find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, cars just ain't gonna get fixed by me. No matter what the career is, if they're telling you you can never have sex again, like, I mean, I like making movies, but I can't ever have sex again. I'm sorry, somebody else gonna have to make these movies. So they chose to, get into a field, and it's not just to spread the word of the Lord. It's a very narrow, because you know what I'm saying. Baptist preachers, they getting it in at night. If it ain't their wife or the girl on the front row, they still getting it in. Pentecostal preachers, they be stroking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody they could have chose even in that line. Okay, you're a mechanic. And it's like 50 mechanic shops. And one of the mechanic shops says, well, if you work here, you're never allowed to have sex again. I go work at one of the other mechanic shops. I'm not going to work at the shop that don't allow me to ever have sex again. They chose that. They chose that. So I don't feel bad for them. I don't think it's not right. I think it's what they chose to do with their life. I'm sure it's easier for nuns. I'm sure it's easier for nuns. Exactly. McConnell said, I can't do it. I need that. Exactly. Same here. Same here. Ever? Ever. Like, okay, if you say I can't get married, I understand that, maybe. But ever? Like, I can't, get it on the side or something? Ever? No, I passed. This ain't I thought this was the life for me. This is not the life for me. So, I don't know. I don't know. I see a story they're talking about Jeff Pastor's home. Jeff Pastor's home. Hold on. Am I gonna keep the fly zapper in my hand? Yes. Yes. Look, y'all not in here. If that thing fly up on me, you know what I'm saying? I got to be ready to defend myself. I got to be ready to defend myself. So yes, it's staying right here. Hold on, I'll bend it down a little bit so it's out the shot. But it's not going anywhere. No. You call it what you want to call it. When did Jeff Pastor get sentenced? I don't think he's been sentenced. They're just talking about his home. His home is possibly going to be put up for the sheriff's sale. They say he owed $117,000 to taxpayers, and that Hamilton County and federal officials want to be repaid. So they might sell his house. They might sell his house. Y'all see how much he owed taxpayers in the city? Pastor owes so much money, it's ridiculous. He got all them kids too. I feel bad for him, but he kind of brought it on himself. You know what I'm saying? He kind of brought it on himself in many ways. If you believe everything to be true, which, he pled guilty. If you believe everything to be true about him that, we hear, then he brought it on himself. He was greedy. Again, in so many ways. Multiple women. I understand that. Wanting, all the money and, taking advantage of his position to get more money. Believe it or not, I understand that. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. But I understand, think about it. For real, think about this. If Kenneth Jones says, feel bad, he played with the devil. And Daryl says, I don't feel bad for him. I feel bad for his wife and kids. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. Look, how many of y'all have not made a bad decision? I've made bad decisions. I've made bad decisions. Raise your hand if you've never made a bad decision. I'm giving y'all a minute to find the hand emoji and put it up there. So we done all made bad decisions. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. he got caught. Now, just because a person brought it on themselves, McConnell has never made a bad decision. All right. Just because you brought it on yourself, don't mean I can't feel bad for you as you experience the consequences of your own actions. So don't misunderstand feeling bad as saying, hey, you don't deserve this. I see people bring stuff on themselves a lot, and I'm like, oh, I wish they wouldn't have made that decision. And then watch them go through whatever it is that they're going through as a result of it. I still feel bad for them. Like, oh, that's sad. That's sad. So I feel bad for him. Not he made the decisions. But you think about this. And look, I know in hindsight, we can all say, not me. But you think about this. Think about the city council that was down there and what we've seen just out of the city council that was down there. But you had the quote gang of five kind of doing stuff behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff. You know, making deals and having conversations about city business when they're not supposed to do it behind the scenes. You got, people shaking people down for money, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. You see that happening. There are allegations that Cranley did the same thing, even though he accidentally dropped his phone in the water. So when you think about it, you go down there, you knew, and you basically see everybody on council using their position to line their pockets. Like the mayor is lining his pockets. They're all working together and lining their pockets. She's lining her pockets. He's lining his pockets. He's lining his pockets. And you just sitting there like, it's not, again, it don't excuse it or make it right, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that you might look at that and just think, oh, so this is the way it go down here. Okay, you find people with money and they want to give you stuff and you take it. And that's how you get all of this money and influence. Okay, I could see that. And maybe you talk to somebody and you like, how you doing this? Like, ain't this? And they like, everybody doing this, bro. This is just how you do when you get down here. This is just how you do. So then you like, okay, let me try it. I know some people who will, hook me up. And then you get caught. And you like, damn. And now you got like 3 wives. I don't know how many women and how many children he got. That story got a little convoluted to me, and I wasn't really all that interested in getting into that portion of his personal life. But you got all of these things happening and all of these things going on to you. And I can almost guarantee he's sitting there thinking, man, I shouldn't have did that. But he still got to deal with the consequences. Terry says, no excuse. I see coworkers come to work late, leaving early, long breaks, but I'm not going to follow that trend because I would be the one to get fired. I didn't say that I was making an excuse. I'm just saying I could see how that could happen. And just because he did it to himself doesn't mean that I don't feel bad for him as he goes through it. as he experiences the consequences for his actions, that don't mean I can't feel bad for the brother. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Brent says, Mama always used to say that you can't do what they do because you're going to get way more scrutiny. Well, I mean, he's a Republican. And they don't see race. So he thought he was the exact same as they were. And I don't know that he actually feels that way. That does kind of seem to be the Republican lie. Or even for the people who aren't actual Republicans, kind of the right-leaning lie. I don't see race, or race had nothing to do with it, or why everything got to be race, or, something like that. That seems to be the right-leaning lie. And, I wouldn't be shocked if he felt like, I'm here. I've arrived. I can do anything anybody else can do. Race is no longer a factor. Right, Brett. I'm not black. I'm Republican. Now, again, I don't know that was his mindset, but I wouldn't be shocked if I found out that it was as a Republican. As a Republican, that wouldn't shock me. What else is going on? What else is going on? There's a few other things going on, but again, as y'all know, I was late. That means I definitely didn't have time to look anything up. Janice says, I wonder what Trump is saying now. Look, Trump can try to pretend to be whatever. Trump is scared. Trump is afraid. I think he probably see I'm going to jail. Things ain't looking all that good. So there's a really good chance that I'll go to jail. Hold on, Peachy. Peachy, my former bandmate. They left me hanging. That's all right. Checking in from Florida. Good afternoon, Peachy. Hope you're having a good time. But yeah, he's scared. He is scared. And believe it or not, I even kind of feel bad for him. And that's not to say that he don't deserve what's happening to him. I can't prove that he did anything wrong. I believe it with every fiber of my being. Well, I mean, I know he did wrong stuff, but I don't know the law enough to say that the wrong stuff that he did violated the law. I guess that's what I'm saying. He did stuff that was wrong. I don't know the law well enough to say what he did was so wrong that he should go to jail based on the law, or prison based on the law. I know well enough to say, I think from a wrongness and the health of the nation, what he did was wrong enough that he should never be allowed to run for office again. They should take all that money that he's collecting from these people, using on his legal bills. Peachy say, you feel bad for Trump? I do. I don't like to see anybody go through hard times. Of course, unless you've done something personal to me or my loved ones. But I don't know him personally, and he didn't, come to my house and do nothing to my family personally. So yeah, I kind of feel bad for him. Vincent says, get out of your feelings. They did very bad things, and there are consequences. My feelings ain't got nothing to do with the consequences. My feelings don't mean. See, I don't understand people saying, get out my feelings. Why do you feel bad? You shouldn't feel bad. They did this. Those are my personal feelings. I'm not using my feelings to justify what they did. I'm not saying I feel so bad for them they shouldn't go through. I feel so bad for them they shouldn't experience the consequences. I'm not saying that. How you mad at me because how I feel? It's like, stop. Allow me to feel bad. Me feeling bad. If I was on the jury and they proved the person guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, I would still vote guilty, even though I would feel bad for the person for whatever it is, the sentence that's about to be imposed on them. Like, he about to go to jail for the rest of his life. Oh, I feel so bad for him. No, he guilty. He did it. That's the punishment that he get. That's the punishment. It fit the crime. Send him to jail. But I can still feel bad. Let me feel how I want to feel. So now you're getting me all bent out of shape. Now y'all getting me all bent out of shape. Not bent out of shape enough to not focus if that B comes, but bent out of shape enough to say, people, stop trying to tell other people how to feel or how to think. Stop it. You can be happy about it. I'm not telling you not to be happy about it. Be happy about it if you want to be happy about it. I'm all right with you being happy about it. 1 minute you sound like Malcolm X, the next minute you sound like Clarence Thomas. How? How? I think it's wrong. I believe, if he did everything that I believe he did, and he probably did, and then some, I believe he should be punished. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I can't believe I'm having to explain this to adults. I really can't believe I'm having to explain this to adults. Maybe if I explain it to the adults like I explain it to children, maybe some of y'all understand. Maybe. My children sometimes would do some bad stuff, and I had to whoop them. Look, I know people argue you don't have to whoop, blah, blah, blah. I had to whoop them. I didn't want to whoop them, but I knew that what they did, they deserved a whooping, and they needed to, experience some consequences for those actions. All right? But I felt bad. You ever whooped a kid? A kid that you love? Like love. You ever whooped a kid that you love? Even though you know they deserve it. I remember my daddy only said this to me one time, and I told him, that's not true. He said, this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. And I told him before he did it, that's not true. No, it's not. But I understand what he was trying to say. Like, I don't feel good about this. I just think this is what's best for you. This is what you need. But I never wish this on anybody, especially my child. Kind of think that. It don't say, I'm not going to whoop you because I feel bad for you. I'm the one giving the whooping. I still feel bad for you. But you got to experience these consequences. And it might not be a whooping. It might be a punishment. It might be, some of y'all time out. Lewis says, Trump is not your child, E-Man. Again, that was just that was an example for the people who I had to explain it to like a child. How do I explain it to people who don't quite understand it on the level of a child? I don't know. But again, not saying he doesn't deserve whatever punishment he deserves. just I hate to see any human go through difficult and hard times. I genuinely wish all our lives could be happiness and rainbows all the time. Of course, I understand that it can't, but I wish it could. If everybody could just be happy all the time and treat everybody else with decency and respect, that would be a great world. But yeah, nah, he got to be scared right about now. He don't know what he gonna do. And hold on, let me ask you this: are we gonna actually see fingerprinting mugshot of Donald Trump? Yeah, I think we actually gonna see that, or are they gonna, as a part of their negotiation, is that something that they're gonna negotiate out? Because I know they were saying, look, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but up in here, we treat everybody the same. Everybody get booked. I mean, you get fingerprinted, you get that mug shot, and he is no different than anyone else. Do y'all really believe we gonna see a mug shot of Donald Trump? I want y'all to know if we do, it is definitely gonna be on a t-shirt. I don't need to hear no cracks. Daryl says some black folk hoping Trump doesn't go to jail. He's their modern day white Malcolm X. They be defending that clown. All right. Olympia want to know, do I feel sorry for Rudy Giuliani too? Yeah. Yeah. His reputation is shot already. Can you imagine being Rudy Giuliani, looking like Count Chocula at the age of 80 going to prison? If you put Count Chocula in a suit and, aged him so he looked about 80 years old, you got Rudy Giuliani. And then you put that character in prison. I know it ain't going to be, no hardcore prison, but still, taking away people's freedom, yeah, I feel bad for all of them. Yes. Yeah, plus, most of the indictments are being led by African Americans. Imagine his rage. There are some people who are using that as a, like, you see how they using black people to be the ones to do these indictments against Donald Trump. And I actually look at it a totally different way. I don't look at it like, oh, they using black people to indict Donald Trump. I look at it like, this is going to sound weird, and I might have to explain it after I say it. I think most of y'all will get it. It's a few people who I might have to explain it to them like their children. I look at it this way. I'm not surprised that it's black people who have the courage and love for their country to actually hold this man accountable. I'm not shocked. See, people think black people don't love America, and black people do have a weird relationship with America. But I think there are certain black people who understand, this is our country. This is our country too. And we want to see the country get better. We not just, oh, God bless America, I love America. We if the principles that America is supposed to stand for, that if it actually stood for that, this would be an amazing place where we could all come together and get along and get ahead. We look back and we know our ancestors helped build this nation, and we see what could be. So I think the fact that you got Black people who are the ones who are saying, look, y'all willing to give a pass to this. Like, y'all do all of that talking about the justice system being blind, and y'all do all that talking about not seeing race, and y'all do all that talking about no one is above the law. But we actually want to live that out and want this system. You make me a part of this system. This system, we're going to do our best to see to it that this system lives up to what it's supposed to be. And so I appreciate and admire those Black people who are, yes, putting themselves at risk. Because while we know what America could be, should be, we also know what it is. Just like that judge in the case in D.C., the lady from Texas done called and told her if Trump don't get reelected, she gonna kill her. Yeah, the federal judge. A lady in Texas called, left a message saying, basically, we gonna kill you. They say she used a racial slur. That's the one I imagine she used. We gonna kill you if Trump is convicted. We gonna kill you if Trump don't get reelected. This actually happened. Secret Service tracked it down, or somebody, whoever, they tracked it down. They went to her house. They arrested her. And she was bold. The story that I read, she was bold. She told him, yeah, it was me. I made the call. Yeah, I said it. She ain't really got nothing to worry about. I'm not going to D.C. to get her. I'm not even going to Houston to get her. But if she show up in my town, then y'all really should have something to worry about, because I might get her then. How do you tell the police that when they there to investigate what you just said, and basically you double down on it? But even knowing the blowback that they're going to receive, I think that there's a really good chance, because I see LaDonna say they're using them. They're using them. A lot of people are saying that. I think there's a really good chance that they're not using them. There's a really good chance that there's a lot of white people in high places telling them, don't get in this. Leave it alone. Oh, you don't want to be in the middle of this. No, you don't want to indict Trump. Oh, come on, your career gonna be in jeopardy. Just let it go. Hey, he's powerful. He's rich. He's the former president. And nothing's going to come of it. What's the sense in risking everything? Just let it go. Just let it go. I don't think that the power structure is telling these Black people, yeah, y'all get him. Y'all put y'all neck on the line and be the ones to do it. No, I think it's the opposite. I think it's probably the opposite. Again, I don't have a fact. I'm not basing this on facts. I'm basing this on what I think. Just based on, you know what I'm saying, knowing people. Who's putting, what's his name? I keep wanting to say Bragg, but ain't that the dude that ran for office down here? The gentleman in DC, in New York. There are stories that the white prosecutors and DAs up there said, don't do it. Don't do it. Just let it go. Don't pursue this. If everybody around him is telling him, don't pursue this, and he pursues it anyway, how do we then look at it and say, they're using you to do it? How? Those two things don't jive to me. I'm in a room with 10 people. All 10 of them are saying, Emanuel, don't do it. Emanuel, don't do it. Emanuel, don't do it. Emanuel, do it. And then y'all talking about they used you, Emanuel. No, I did what they told me not to do. It was reverse psychology. No, I felt like I took this oath. This is my duty. I love this country. I appreciate the opportunities that it's afforded me. And this person is not above anybody else. And okay, you won't do nothing about it. You cool letting this man just walk around and violate the potentially the law and the Constitution and tear this nation apart. You cool with that. Good for you. I'm not cool with that. My people built this nation. Or at least we helped. Nah, we gonna stand up and hold this man accountable. You ain't got the courage to do it. My people done had to have courage above courage since we got here. So I appreciate the people doing it. Yes, I am still looking for the B, LaDonna. I appreciate the courage of the DAs and the judges and all of that stuff who are stepping up and filing charges and getting indictments and bringing this man to court, trying to bring him to justice. I don't feel like who's using them? That would be my question. Who's using them? District Attorney Alvin Bragg. All right. Janice says, who else could be so brave but an African American? Okay, I thought I saw it down there. Thought I saw it. So yeah, now I don't feel like, yeah, that's right, and Letitia James. I don't feel like they're being used. I feel like what they're doing is courageous. Now, people might use their courageous acts after the fact to, score political points. Sure, people are going to have something to say and all of that kind of stuff. So people will use their courageous acts, but that don't mean they're being used. Because Jack Smith, that is his name. Jack Smith, that sounds like a fake name. Just sound like a fake name. But so who using Jack Smith? Oh, black people do it, they being used. White people do it, it's in the pursuit of justice. Come on, y'all. I appreciate all of them. I appreciate all of them who are doing what they believe to be the best thing to do to help hold this country together, because that's what I perceive is happening. Because if you really think about it, and I do have to go, if you really think about it, if we can't hold elections no more and believe the results, where do we go? If every time an election is held and someone wins and someone loses, the person who loses can just say, oh, it was rigged, and try to overthrow what the city, the county, the country, the state, the, whatever, where will we be? At some point, we have to accept, we like it or not. I didn't like the whole Al Gore versus George Bush decision, but here's what I appreciated. Al Gore said, all right, y'all, it's over. It's over. He the president now. And we got to get back to, if there are no consequences for this, even if the only consequences is, we're going to indict you and everybody if there are no consequences for this, what's to stop it from, Carrie Lake? What's to stop her from doing the same thing on the state level? So I really believe these people are doing what needs to be done, not just for the sake of justice, but also for the sake of this country, for the sake of free and open elections, the peaceful transfer of power. I think this has to be done, whether he's found guilty or not. It has to be done. Preston says, that's just your opinion. What if it's just about getting a high profile conviction? We never know. Well, I thought I kind of prefaced a lot of this by saying it's my opinion. Clearly, it is just my opinion. Preston, do I really have to say before literally every statement that I make that these are my opinions? Sure, when I'm talking about what I believe to be going on in somebody's mind, it's clearly just my opinion. Like, come on. Do I have to say it every time? Come on. All right, y'all. I've got to get out of here for a few reasons. Number one, I think I'm going to find that B. He hurt. He hurting. I got to find him before he get his strength back and come for me. And number two, I got some other stuff that I have to do. But I appreciate all of y'all hanging out with me for a little bit. I appreciate y'all being patient with me being late. Other than that, look, go out, enjoy the rest of your day. It's a beautiful day out, or at least it was when I came in. It was a beautiful day out. So if you can get out, enjoy the day. If not, then don't. Relax. And if you do run into other people, if you're around people, even if it's just your spouse or your roommate or whatever, if you're around other people, do me one favor. Be the reason that somebody smiles today. Okay? Till next time. It's been the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gone. But LaDonna said, I'm in the bed. Well, LaDonna, be the reason you smile today. I'm out, y'all. Peace.